Vaidurya Krita Sopana Atya Utpalamadini Ratam Kim Guru Krishva Atharanta Krishovatam Vaidurya Krita, made of Vaidurya, Sopanaha, staircases, Apyaha, legs, Utpala, lotus flowers, Malini, containing rose, Rastam, inhabited, Kim Purusai, by the King Purusas, Drishva, the seeing, say, those demigods, Arat, not far away, Dāsa, Suhu, so, Vatam, abundant tree. Translation, they also saw that the bedding gods and their staircases were made of Vaidurya money. The water was full of lotus flowers. Passing by such lakes, the demigod reached a place where there was a great banyan tree. Please respond. They also saw the bedding gods and their staircases were made of Vaidurya money. The water was full of lotus flowers. Passing by such lakes, the demigod reached a place where there was a great banyan tree. That banyan tree was 800 miles high and its branches spread over 600 miles around. The tree casts a fine shade which permanently cooled the temperature. Yet, there was no noise of the birds. Put by Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Generally, in every tree there are bird nests and birds congregate in the evening and create noise. But it appears that this banyan tree was devoid of nests and therefore it was calm, quiet and peaceful. There were no disturbance from noise or heat, therefore this place was just suitable for meditation. The demigod saw Lord Shiva sitting under that tree, which was competent to give perfection to mystic yogis and deliver all people. As grave as time eternally appeared to have given up all anger upon. In this word, the word Mahayogamaya is very significant. Yoga means meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Mahayoga means those who engage in the devotional service of Vishnu. Meditation means remembering, smaranam. There are 9 different kinds of devotional service, of which smaranam is one process. The yogi remembers the form of Vishnu within his heart. Thus, there were many devotees engaged in meditation on Lord Vishnu under the big banyan tree. The word here, Maha, is derived from the fixed Mahat. This affix is used when there is great number of quantities, so Mahayoga indicates there were many great yogis and devotees meditating on the form of Lord Vishnu. Generally, such meditators are desirous of liberation from material bondage if they are promoted to the spiritual world, to one of the Vaikunthas. Liberation means freedom from material bondage on each side. The material world is suffering life after life because of our bodily identification, and liberation is freedom from that miserable condition of life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanam Gnanashilakaya Chakshodam Militayena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satvitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadama Vidati Swaparadikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttavadanalam Guru Vaishnavamcha Sri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tamsari Shadvitam Shavadutam Varajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shaganvitam Shyam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Sapta Kanchana Gurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavanu Sita Devi Purnamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sundavani Paschati Desadarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for joining us in this Sunday program Srimad Bhagavatam 12. So here the demigod saw Lord Shiva sitting under the tree and he was he was meditating. When he has given up all anger on the episode. So to become a yogi, one of the conditions is that we must become peaceful. You cannot meditate when you have a lot of anxiety. That's not possible. So, meditation is to link yourself with the Lord. The various process of attaining God realization that is explained in this verse. Sri Prahlada Vacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Achanam Vandanam Dashyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam Iti Pums Arpita Vishnu Bhakti Chen Navalakshana Priyate Bhagavati Ada Tan Manye Hitam Uttamam. The Lord Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia and parts of the Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering praise to the Lord, becoming His servant, considering the Lord one best friend, surrendering everything unto Him, in other words, serving Him with the body, mind and word. This 9 process are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna from these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So here, meditation comes under the category of remembering. Smaranam, remembering. So meditation means to remember. So in our program, we come to this, then the third step, chanting and hearing first, and then chanting, and then remembering. See? So this is a very quick process of remembering the Lord. The best method is to chant. So when you chant and hear and chant, then the mind becomes purified. Very quickly you can remember the Lord. See this point? Whereas if you go to the other program, here you see here, there is a gradual process of elevation, the practice of yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharanam, dhyanam, and manam. So you see, this process normally practiced by the people who are practicing yoga. They start with yama and niyama, following the rules and regulations, the rituals, and then the asana, they're practicing the sitting posture. And after they perfect the sitting posture, they have the pranayam, they what? Breathing exercise. And then pratyahara, withdrawing the objects from the senses. And then dharana, what is that? Concentration, dhyana, meditation. And then they come into trance, samadhi. So you see how many programs you have to go through before you come to dhyana, meditation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Follow. Whereas in the easy method of hearing and chanting, you come to the remembering the Lord in the third step. You understand? And who has the time to go and do all this practice of yoga? This yoga program is not very easy. You follow? Actually, meditation means that you have to come to the fixation of thinking of the Lord. That's meditation. But nowadays they think meditation means to meditate on some voice, to meditate on some light, and this is not supported in the Bhagavad Gita. In this Bhagavad Gita, you can see, it is explained here, how to do this program. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay pusa grass on the ground and cover it with deerskin and soft cloth. The sheet should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind and senses and actively fixing the mind on one point. See? So all these things have to be done, not that you take your yoga mat and go to some yoga club and meditate in front of, I'm sure, many naked women, practically. That is not meditation. You can see, fixing the one point. What is that one point? It's explained here. One should hold one's body, neck and head erect in straight line and stand steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. You see that? That one point meditation is to meditate on Krishna. Understand? Here Krishna says, meditate upon me within the heart. Who is speaking it? Who is speaking? Who is speaking this word? Bhagavad Gita? Krishna. So Krishna is saying that you should think of me. Not that you meditate on all this light and void. This is not proper. See? And most important, completely free from sex life. That they are doing this yoga to improve sex life. So how does this work? Yoga is not meant for improving sex life. Yoga is meant for giving up your eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That is meant yoga. Yoga means to minimize these things. Yoga is not to improve the materialistic propensities of eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Yoga is meant to minimize it and use your time for remembering the Lord constantly. And that's called meditation. You follow? It is further explained. Can see here in this verse, Prabhupada quoted many times, Sutta Goswami, Sutta Vach, Yam Brahma Varundre Rudra Marutaha, Sovan Didivyastavahe, Vedahe Sangha, Pada, Kramo, Panishadai, Gayanti Yam Samakaha, Dhyana Avastita Tatkatena Manasa, Pashyanti Yam Yogina, Yashyantam Navidu Surasuragana Devaya Tatsnai Namaha. In this verse, it is says here how they are meditating. Sutta Goswami said, onto the personality whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra and Manu praised by chanting transcendental hymns and reciting the Vedas with all their glories, Padmakramas and Upanishads, to whom the chanters of the Samaveda always sing, whom the perfected yogis, perfected yogis see within their mind, after fixing themselves in trance and absorbing themselves within him, whose limit can never be found by any demigod or demon. Unto that Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my humble obeisances. So they are meditating themselves whom the perfected yogis see within their minds after fixing themselves in trance and absorbing themselves within him. This is the point that meditation is not again on something void, something light, something else. No. Meditation means the absorbing on the form of the Lord. You understand? It's a very, very important point. Unfortunately, people think in yoga is some kind of stretching exercise. They do not understand the objective of it. Follow. And this yoga, for the devotee, it is explained, I think it's second canto. Can you stand up for me? The devotees, they meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord and gradually they go up. I think it's second canto. How the devotees are trained to meditate on the transcendental form of the Lord. Actually, first they are taught how to meditate on the universal form. For those who are not sufficiently, what we say, advanced in yoga, they are trained to meditate on the universal form of the Lord. The second canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, I think it's two. Let me see. So here you can see in the second canto, yeah. See here, it is explained. At the last stage of one's life, one should be bold enough not to be afraid of death, but must cut off all attachment to the material body, everything pertaining to it, and all desires thereof. One should leave home and practice self-control in a sacred place. We should bathe regularly and sit down in a lonely place, duly sanctified. After sitting in the above manner, make the mind remember the three friends and let it home. And by regulating and breathing process, control the mind so as not to forget the transcendental seed. Chanting on the Om mantra, Jai Sri Ram. Gradually, as the mind becomes progressively spiritualized, withdrawing from sense activities and by intelligence the senses of control, the mind too absorbed in material activities can be engaged in the service of the personality of Godhead and become fixed in full transcendental consciousness. So you see how the mind must be engaged in remembering the Lord. This is the program. It is not that it's some whimsical, It says here, therefore one should meditate upon the limbs of Vishnu, one after another, without being deviated from the conception of complete body. Thus the mind becomes free from all sense of object. There should be no other thing to be thought upon, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is the ultimate truth. The mind becomes completely reconciled in Him only. So this is the program. Then you start meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord, then you go up to His calf, then you go to the knee, then the thigh, then the hips, and then you go to His abdomen, like that you go slowly up to His face. You understand? Not that you go and meditate on something more. This is says here clearly what you should do. No? One's mind is always agitated by passionate mode of material nature, bewildered by the ignorant mode of nature. But one can rectify such conception by the revelation of Vishnu and thus become pacified by cleansing the dirty things created by them. So that is how this whole yoga is, to link with the Lord so that your mind becomes pacified. It is not some whimsical activity. See? Okay, by this system of remembrance and by being fixed in the habit of seeing the all good personal conception of the Lord, one can very soon attain devotional service to the Lord under His direction. That is the objective, to develop love for Him. You understand? It is not some kind of a... So how to get the Lord? That is the process of meditation. That's why Krishna also said in the Bhagavad Gita that one should always think of Him. Yeah? It says here, Man mana bhava mat bhakta mat yaji man manaskuro mamevyashi yuktaiva matmana mat parayana. So, always think of me. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisance to me, worship me, be completely absorbed me, surely. So the whole idea is to bring the mind to focus on the Lord. That's the meditation. Meditation doesn't mean that we meditate on the sense object. You follow? When we meditate on sense object, then our mind will become lost, bewildered. So this yoga that everyone is trying to do is very difficult to do. Actually, it is said here, you can see here in this verse, Here in this chapter, Srimad Bhagavatam, this inauspicious disturbance can be gradually removed by constant remembrance of me, by congregationally hearing and chanting my holy name, or by following in the footsteps of great masters of yoga. So that program here, two things described here about chanting and hearing, and another method is this yoga program. See? So among them, the Sheikh here, Krishna is speaking, by various methods, some yogis free the body from disease and old age and keep it perpetually youthful. Thus they engage in yoga for the purpose of achieving material mystic perfection. This mystic bodily perfection is not valued very highly by those expert in transcendental knowledge. Indeed, they consider endeavor for such perfection useless, since the soul, like a tree, is permanent, but the body, like a tree's fruit, is subject to destruction. So, some people think the yoga is the most important thing. By one who the devotee can understand this is not the real thing. Understand? The real thing is to concentrate on developing attachment for Krishna, love for Krishna. See? Although the physical body may be improved by various processes of yoga, an intelligent person who has dedicated his life to me does not place faith in the prospect of perfecting his physical body through yoga. In fact, he gives up such procedure. See? So this yoga program is not very much encouraged by the Lord. Because it's based on the bodily platform. You understand this? The yogi who has taken shelter of me remains free from hankering because he experienced the happiness of soul within. Thus, while executing this process of yoga, he is never defeated by obstacles. The yogi who has connected to the Lord, he feels a lot of happiness. Says here. That means if you do this yoga, you get connected to the Lord, then you get real bliss. But if you're simply doing yoga for your material sense gratification, you also become frustrated. You understand? These two different things. So that you can see here, we go into the next verse. Sri Uddhava said, my dear Lord, Achyuta, I fear that the method of yoga described by you is very difficult for one who cannot control his mind. Therefore, please explain to me in simple terms how someone can more easily execute it. So this yoga program has been rejected first by Arjuna, now it is rejected by the Lord also. Arjuna also said the same thing. Arjuna also said the same thing. I think one was before. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unstable. So Arjuna rejected it, Uddhava also rejected this yoga. But our so-called modern man, he is expert, he is doing it. Can you imagine the consequence? This is cheating. You're getting cheated. You understand? If both are rejecting it, then you think you can then you're better than Arjuna and Uddhava. See that? He's in fact asking, please teach me a simple thing that I can do. Right? Oh lotus-eyed Lord, generally those yogis who try to steady the mind experience frustration because of their inability to perfect the stage of trance. Thus they are very in their attempt to bring the mind under control. It's not easy to control the mind by this yoga program. You understand? All this yoga, standing one leg and two legs, and all this stuff, gymnastics, it cannot work. Can it work? Cannot work. Therefore, O lotus-eyed Lord of the universe, swan-like man happily take shelter of your lotus feet, the source of all transcendent ecstasy. But those who take pride in their accomplishment in yoga and karma fail to take shelter of you and are defeated by your illusory energy. So those who do not want to take shelter of Krishna, the yoga program will fail. Says here, will be failure. Take pride in their accomplishment in yoga and karma will fail to take a shelter of you and are defeated by your illusion. And they will be defeated by mine. Big yogis, what's his name? Vishwamitra, defeated by Menaka, defeated. Understand? So don't think this yoga program is very, very, what we say, authorized. My dear infallible Lord, it is not very astonishing that you intimately approach your servant who has taken exclusive shelter of you. After all, during your appearance of Lord Ramachandra, even while great demigods like Brahma were vying to place the effulgent tips of their helmet upon the cushion where your lotus feet rested, you displayed special attraction for monkeys such as Hanuman because they have taken exclusive shelter of you. See, the Lord is giving easily himself to the devotees, even though they happen to be monkeys. Whereas big demigods, they're trying so hard to put even their helmet tip onto the lotus feet. Not only on the cushion where his leg is resting. Can you imagine how this yoga program is not very much authorized, because it is who would dare reject you, the very soul, the most dear object of worship and the supreme Lord of all. You who give all possible perfections to the devotee who take shelter of you. Who could be so ungrateful, knowing the benefits you bestow? You who would reject you and accept something for the sake of material enjoyment, which simply leads to forgetfulness of you. And what lack is there for us who are engaged in the service of the dāsa, of your lotus feet? So one who is engaging in the serving the Lord directly by hearing and chanting, that is considered as the topmost thing. Whereas all this yoga program is not very much appreciated even by the Lord himself. O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they endowed with a prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as Acharya, internally as Super Soul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. So if you do this yoga, you are trying with all the exercise. But if you surrender to the Lord, He brings you to a bona fide spiritual master. He will guide you directly. And even if you are not so much intelligent, inside sitting in your heart, He also gives intelligence. So both ways you are getting good guidance to go to the Supreme Personality. Whereas doing this yoga program, sitting somewhere under some tree, some jungle somewhere, that's not going to help. The point. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I shall describe to you the principles of devotion to me by executing which a mortal being will conquer unconquerable death. In other words, devotional service conquers unconquerable death. Understand, it is the fear of everybody. So spiritual life is based on how much we are getting attracted to the Lord. In fact, Krishna says among all yogis, the one who is thinking of me, always remembering me, one should perform all duty for me without becoming impetuous, with mind and intelligence offered to me. One should fix his mind in attraction to my devotional service. Among all yogis, Krishna is yogina mapi sarvesham matkante tarapana shadavan yo bhajante means same yukta tamo mata. The same point Krishna is saying. Among all yogis, one who is constantly thinking of me in devotion, I consider him as topmost. You see, Krishna is not recommending anything other than that. And he's giving, one should take shelter of holy places where my saintly devotees reside, and one should be guided by exemplary activities of my devotees who appear among the demigods, demons, and human beings. So this is how the program is being taught. The first one should take shelter of a holy place. Where is this holy place in Singapore? Where? Yeah, temple. And who is residing in the temple? The beggars. Devotees. And devotees are what? They are exemplary behavior. Follow them. Either alone or in public gatherings with singing and dancing and other exhibits and royal opulence, one should arrange to celebrate those holy days, ceremonies, and festivals set aside especially for my worship. This is exactly what the temple is doing. What we are doing here? Sleeping, eating. What? What are you doing? Singing and chanting. Yes or no? So what we are doing seems to be odd with other temples. But here is recommended. What is the Lord recommended? Either alone or in public gatherings, singing, dancing, and other exhibitions, royal exhibitions. Most temples, they don't do this thing. Yes? It's silent meditation. It is never recommended. It's silent meditation. Some temple you go, everybody sit quietly and silently. Where? Yes, singing and dancing is recommended. Understand? With a pure heart, one should see me, the Supreme Soul within all beings, also within oneself. To be both unblemished by anything material and also present everywhere, both externally and internally, just like the omnipresent sky. That's how the conclusion of the meditation is to come to see the Lord. Therefore, it is not something else. O brilliant Uddhava, one who thus views all living entities with the idea that I am present within each of them, and who, taking shelter of this divine knowledge, offers due respect to everyone is considered actually wise. Such a man sees equally the Brahmana, the outcast, the thief, and the charitable promoter of Brahminical culture, the son and tiny spark of fire, the Canto and the fruit. In other words, he becomes realized soul to see God in the heart of everybody, to see God everywhere. That's the perfection of his life. You know, that is perfection, when you see God everywhere. That is the real yogi. You follow? Yo mam pashyati sarvatra, sarva mam yo pashyati, Bhagavad Gita. He sees me everywhere, you know, in everything. That such a person is not lost. Because he is constantly in contact with the Lord. That is the conclusion of meditation. You follow? Yeah? For him who constantly meditates on my presence within all persons, that tendency of rivalry, envy, abusiveness, along with false ego, are very quickly destroyed. In other words, all the bad qualities were leaving. Just like Prabhupada said in Nectar of Devotion also, the moment you sing and chant, crores of sins are seen flying away from his shoulder. So all these bad qualities are rivalry, envy, abusiveness, along with false ego, are very quickly destroyed. Very quickly destroyed. You understand this? This false ego is very, very detrimental. You know, it's explained here in the mostly we speak about the mind, right? You can see here the effect of false ego. This is the effect of false ego. lamentation, elation, fear, anger, greed, confusion, and hankering, as well as birth and death, are experience of the false ego and not of the pure soul. The false ego gives this kind of a, input. The living entity who falsely identified with the body, sense, life, air, and mind, dwells within this covering, assumes the form of its own materially conditioned quality and worth. He is designated variously in relation to the total mental energy, and thus under the strict control of the Supreme Time is formed to run here and there within material existence. This is the body. You follow? This is the one that I want to show you. Although the false ego has no factual basis, it is perceived in many forms as the function of the mind, speech, life air, and bodily faculty. But with the sword of transcendental knowledge sharpened by worship of the bona fide spiritual master, a sober sage will cut off this false identification and live in this world free from all material attachment. So the only way to cut this false ego is to surrender to a bona fide spiritual master. Are you following? It is very important. So you can see how this yoga program is not very much recommended. In fact, all that can be done actually, if you get time, you can read more of that verses, It is all there in the so therefore, chanting Krishna's name is the most powerful method. You can see all this meditation program that has been recommended is not very, what we say, whatever result was obtained in Satyyoga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yoga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwapara Yoga by serving the Lord's lotus feet can be obtained in Kali Yoga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So the kind of meditation is all not very, cannot do it. Time, the place is all not suitable. Only thing we can ever do is to chant Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So, very quickly you will become no other method. So, any questions, comments? Alright, we don't have anything. We will stop here then.